try and convince me to buy a YXZ.
Oh yeah, dude. So if you guys need any cylinder head decking and you're in Utah, you know, give us a call. Do it right here in house. Definitely some bad financial decisions about to happen. We got an empty trailer picking up Mr. Shyster, and we're gonna go look at something. So I don't know where we're gonna put this in this video because we're also gonna go do some trail riding today.
Wait, what?
That's right, boys. We got a second YXZ. It's time to build a four-seater, is what I'm thinking. For right now, we need to get it running. Then we can chop it in half. Maybe even rip it this season. Pretty stoked on this. Wait till you guys see the build breakdown on it. It looks stock. So here's another video idea. Go out to Little Sahara with this running. Leave it kind of the way it is. Maybe even on bighorns. And go drag people on the mountain. You know how funny that would be? Stock YXZ just dragging people on the mountain with bighorns. All right, a little backstory on this Z. The last trip I was out at the dunes when I broke the two axles, I'm sitting at the bottom of the mountain. This dude rolls up. I've met him before, like in the past and stuff when he had this Z. And he's in a new Mavar. Start talking with him and he tells me that he's kind of wanting to get rid of this YXZ. A friend of a friend gets a call and he's like, tell Jacob to come buy it. So that's what we did. Super stoked on this. I'm hoping it's just a head gasket. I did a compression test on it already and that came back 0 and number 3 and then like 95 and 95, but I don't trust that Pittsburgh Pro compression testers. So we're gonna tear it down. Got the radiator off. I don't know if I like that design. I almost like the radiator in the front. Don't ever have to deal with it, but I have the stock one, so we can throw that on. Try to get everything stripped off the head, and then we will yank that thing out. I might leave the exhaust manifold on, or the turbo manifold. I can get it out with that. I'll just pull that V-band, and pull the turbo and everything, set it aside, and then just leave that on, because I'm not gonna fight all those bolts. They make them so tight. Like, you got no gaps for sockets. And so then you're stuck using wrenches and I don't want to strip stuff, so we'll get it on the table and we'll see what happens. Dylan's cruising up, he's gonna come help me, he's gonna hold the camera, and we're gonna get this thing yanked apart. Hopefully it's Friday right now, so tomorrow Rocky Mountain's open. If it is a head gasket, you know, one of these guys, then we can go pick up a head gasket and throw it in. But I should just calm down, take my time, go deck the head, do everything the right way because something obviously happened here. And then if you guys are wondering, I don't work and I'm not like in the garage with sunglasses on. I do this when I'm recording because I'm either looking at the lens or I'm looking at the screen. I'm trying, you'll see my eyeballs always going back and forth. All right, we're making a mess now. We're just getting coolant everywhere. Trying to get this head off ASAP before Rocky Mountain closes. Just in case we can hurry and order parts. Hold the manifold off and then ITBs are just gonna sit there. I'll just slide those to the side when I pull the head out. Alright, let's pull those valve covers, see what we got. Ooh, that scared me. There's just a little bit of moisture in the head. We'll put it on top dead center and then pull the cams out. See what we got. Alright, we got everything else out of the way. We just gotta pull cams out. The timing chain has a manual tensioner, luckily. Pulled that off. So we got a puddle of water back in here on cylinder 3, I think. Alright, so we stuck the magnet down there to grab one of these nuts and it looks like we found one of the keepers for the valve. So it probably dropped a valve. And we'll see what happened there. Okay, haven't looked at anything yet. Ooh, piston looks good for the most part. Alright. Now, without damaging his head.
I gotta hold the camera.
I don't want to flip it over.
You can just do the camera underneath, watch, review the footage.
Try later. What the hell? Let's pull this. This is where all the water was. Shim's still in there. So that's good. Looks like the keepers are still in there. Guess what we got in there? We've got kibble bits.
That's like a bit of honey.
That's like drop a valve. Oh. Looks like that's our guy. We have a problem with... See how far those keepers are down in there? Wonder if this spring broke. There's a good comparison right there. So you can see how far that one's down in versus these keepers are up pretty high. I bet you that's our problem. Check this out. You shouldn't be able to compress that with your thumb. The kibble bits have struck again. So if you guys remember, I ended up bending a valve in the blue car for these same valve springs. So, Casey Hawk, I'm hitting you up. We're gonna get the same kit that the blue car has that we all know lives on the limiter and does fine.
Alright.
Look. That's out of the blue car. Guess what happens with these? We call them kibble bits because they literally, the springs just break. So that's probably what happened with this. But what's funny, we could rebuild this tonight and have it running tonight because I've got kibble bit springs right here. We're gonna have to replace that whole valve. Ooh, she might be a little bent.
No, it's bent for sure. You don't run the rusted weight reduction valves?
I try not to.
I'll tell you, you get like an extra 500 RPM out of that.
Is that how everybody's getting 12,000 out of these motors?
Mm-hmm. And kibble white.
I hope they ain't using kibble whites. So here's a problem though, because both keepers are in there. So is that an old keeper? I just hope the valve slides out.
You got a hammer, don't you?
Hope it slides out, not beats out.
Oh.
Outer spring's good.
Now what?
I'm starting to wonder, like, if it tried to spit it out. That is why we call them kibble bits. You can't see, can't even get it out of there. That's how broke it is. Let's see if I can, there we go. There's your kibble bits. And these valves, they got really a knife's edge to them. So probably sand, as you can see there, getting in the motor, wearing those down. So we're gonna have to do a whole head rebuild. We had all that water in the head, and I was trying to figure it out. Ended up calling up Jack, and Jack's like, maybe it's where your valve cover vent is. It's exactly where it is. And then on this car, he ran this filter all the way to vent on the valve cover. So when I pressure washed it, water got down in there. So yeah, if you ever pull your head and you're like, what's that condensation? Now you know. We got the head all stripped down. There's nothing left. It's good to go to the machine shop. Everything looks good. So we're gonna get new valves, have those cut in, and all new valve springs from Casey, because we know those work.